Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna place, I've got some people that are checking in and I want to see if they're here for this hearing or for what hearing they're here for. So I'm just gonna put you right back in the waiting room, but we will be doing your case first.
Okay.
I am on an understanding that the defendant no longer lives there, so your hearing will be really brief. Is that correct?
Yes, but we do want to get justice.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
For
sir.
sure. Okay. All right. I'm just going to put you right back in the waiting room and I'll call you right back in.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me okay? It looks like you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. I sure can. Are you here for eviction hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is your name?
We are Ruben and Elsa Gonzalez.
Okay. So y'all are the plaintiffs.
Correct.
Okay. Versus Paul Turner.
Yes, Paul and Megan Turner.
Okay. All righty. I've got several people in the waiting room, so I'm just kind of just making sure who we have and what we have them here for. So I do have y'all checked in. Y'all will be the second hearing. So I'm just going to place you back in the waiting room and we'll get started here pretty quick. I've just got a few more to check in. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. There's LGK31. Still connecting. Looks like this will be. Can you hear me okay? I think you're muted. I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Just a moment, tap.
All right, now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm Judge
Sorry
James,
about that.
and I'm just checking everybody in. Are you here for an eviction hearing?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, and what's your name?
Candace Cowan, Cowan.
This Cowan. Okay, and you're the defendant with Westmoreland being the plaintiff. Okay, I've got you checked in. There are a couple of hearings before you, so I'm going to put you back in the waiting room, and it'll be a little bit, but we will be getting to you. Okay.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stay right here and just like, and it'll go.
Yep.
Go back to.
Yep. And I'll call you back in just like I did this time. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Uh-huh. And I lost you. I did. All right. All right, we're back.
All right.
All right. We'll go ahead and start this hearing. We are case number LP 2020 dash 1640. It's Park Place Apartments versus Stephanie Bayer or Bayer. This property is located at 3611 Maplewood Avenue, apartment 101, Wichita Falls, Texas, 76308. Is the plaintiff ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and for the record, I have to ask, is the defendant ready to proceed? All right, there, with that silence means there is no defendant present. There is nobody in the waiting room and there is nobody in the hallway of our office. So the defendant is not present. Park Place, you may proceed.
Okay. So the defendant has not made a payment since November 9th, 2020. And she does not correspond with the office in terms of communicating and letting us know. We know that she signed the CDC to the 31st, but now she has moved out, but she did not let us know. She has not returned the keys or anything. So we'd just like to go ahead and get the eviction pushed through.
And you're saying she has provided the CDC letter to you guys?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm going to amend the petition to show that they have received the declaration.
Mhm.
And I will cross out the blue check mark here. And I will put my initials by it. Let me mute it just for 1 second while I can look up something.
Okay.
Has the property been abandoned?
Abandon the apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because if she's filed the declaration by the statute or by the pandemic emergency order, I have to abate the case. But if she's abandoned the property, then I can't rule. I can grant. Whew. If she's abandoned the property, then I can grant the eviction, but I can't award the back rent because of the declaration. Hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Okay, give me 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I had to do some research because they have filed the declaration and y'all are asking for unpaid rent, then that means that I have to abate the case, which means I have to put it off till the end of the month and we would have to rehear it. Or you can amend the petition and just ask for the property and no rent, and then I'd be able to grant that property to you. But because you're asking for rent and they've put a declaration in, we have to abate the case. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Is it okay if I consult my boss?
Yes.
Please, one moment, okay?
And you can mute me if you need to.
Okay, so I just need to know, I can amend the case or I can put it back?
Right. If you want to proceed with the way the petition is, you're asking for that unpaid rent. They've turned in a declaration. I have to abate it until the end of the month, March 31st. And
Okay.
that's, and the federal government may come in and extend that. We don't know. But as of right now, that declaration is supposed to expire on March the 31st. So I'd have to hear it after March 31st. Or you can amend your petition and say, well, we don't want to ask for rent. We just want possession of the property. So you would get a judgment for possession of the property, but you won't be awarded any back rent.
Okay, one moment, okay, sir?
Okay.
Mr. Locke, did you hear that? Yes, it's either or. On possession. Okay. Okay, Mr. Locke, thank you. So he said judgment on possession.
Okay, so you want to amend the petition and dismiss the back rent. You're just wanting possession of the property.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, we will make that, those changes. Do you have anything else to offer other than the petition for the court to be aware of?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay. And on your notice to vacate, it shows that it was posted on December the 12th, but I'm not showing the method that you gave that notice. What was that? How was that notice of vacate given?
I'll tell you right now. It was hand delivered, it was posted on her door.
Okay.
Yes, so it was posted on her door as a notice.
Okay. All right. And if you guys could, okay.
Email her?
No, ma'am, that'll be fine.
Okay.
Just make sure that we have that filled out, prior to court so that we can see that correct. Okay. But
Okay.
okay, so at this time, the court will rule in favor of the plaintiff, granting the plaintiff possession of the property. Now, they do have an appeal time. That appeal time is until March the 22nd. Anytime after March the 22nd, you guys can come in and get that writ of possession if you need it. But if you think they've abandoned the property, that's going to be a judgment call for you guys. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That concludes this hearing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
We're back. How are y'all today? Oh, looks like y'all are muted.
No, I mute itself.
There it is. Okay. All right. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Perfect. Okay. We will call case number LT 2021-1693. It's an eviction case. We have a plaintiff of Ruben and Elsa Gonzalez. versus Paul and Megan Turner and all other occupants. This property is located at 1419 Ruidosa. Is that correct? Wichita Falls.
Ruidosa is what we say.
Ruidosa. Okay. Wichita Falls, Texas, 76306. It looks like you guys, according to the petition, you're asking for unpaid rent and they've had some lease violations with animals.
Correct.
It looks like you placed or you gave a notice to vacate on January the 8th. Okay.
Yes.
I'm looking through the CARES Act here. Okay. And did the defendants ever give you guys a declaration? The
have not
CDC
given us anything.
declaration?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay, let me get you guys sworn in real quick. If you raise your right hand, you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Okay, is there anything else other than what's listed in the petition that you would like the court to take notice of?
I don't think so. Because damage to the
Okay.
house would just take care of it on our own.
Okay. Yeah, and if there is considerable damages, that is held in a small claims court. Unfortunately, it's two separate hearings, so you would have to refile and they would have to be reserved. You would also have to know if, you know, their address. So if they do move or whatever address they go to, they would have to be served at that address. But yeah, you can definitely, if the amount gets really high, you can definitely file that in a small claims court.
When we filed, of course, it was in January. We're now in March. So the fees, the rent due on there is different.
Okay. So you would like to amend the petition to include those months that have passed since the filing fee? I'm
Can
sorry,
we?
since the file date? Yes, ma'am, you sure can.
Please.
All right, so you're looking at the month of February and the month of March, so that would be an extra $1,800.
Correct.
Okay. So what I'm showing here is,
And then
yes, ma'am.
when I put the amount there, I added late fees. Are we adding any late fees or no?
No, ma'am, I'm not at liberty to issue any late fees. The state of Texas says I can't do that. The state of
Okay,
Texas only allows me to do the rent portion. So
Okay.
if this 23 does include late fees, unfortunately, I can't add those in.
Okay.
Okay. So if it's so for the month of December of 2020 and January 2021, that would be $1,800.
18. So it'll be a total of 36.
3,600. Okay. I will amend this petition and then I will also sign it,
Okay.
showing that this was done by me. Since you can't do that where you're at, unfortunately, or
Right.
we would have y'all do that in court. Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you would like to offer the court?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Okay. So at this time, the court will rule in favor of the plaintiff in regards to possession of the property at 1419 Ruidosa and back rent in the amount of $3,600. Now, the defendant does have the opportunity to appeal the decision of the court, and they have until Monday, the 22nd at 5 o'clock to do that. It's also the amount of time they have to move out. So if they're not out by the 22nd, midnight of the 22nd, then that following Tuesday, you can come back to the court, which is the 23rd, and request the writ of possession. That writ of possession is $205. We will send that paperwork over to the constable's office. they will go out and give a 24-hour notice to vacate. When that 24-hour notice has passed, then the constable will contact you guys to meet y'all at the property. The constables are there to keep the peace while you're able to go into the property, remove anything of value, and place it by the curb.
Okay. They have actually already moved out.
Okay?
We got notice from the neighbors, and we went in to look on Friday, and they left a sectional that's broken, and I
Okay.
think some stuff in the garage. We just didn't know what we could do now until after this.
Correct. You know, you definitely have the right to secure your property.
Mhm.
However, kind of what I tell landlords is your definition of property and trash is going to be different to somebody else. It's going to be different from me. It's going to be different from the people that lived in that property. So what you may perceive, well, they just left trash behind, they may be coming back later at a different time.
Mhm.
And what I've seen happen is that landlords will just go in and start moving stuff out in that time period. And now they're removing property. And then those defendants can now go file with the police department. They can come file in small claims. And what may have been a sectional and some stuff in the garage is now a 72-inch TV, a queen size bed, PlayStations, Xbox, because it's their word against yours, and now a court has to decide what was moved in and what was moved out. So that writ of possession is really to protect you, the landlord, of going in the property, having the court and the constables there so that you can go in and just remove anything of value and get it out. Now, if they come to you and they leave the keys either at the property or with you, then that's telling you and the court that they have abandoned the property. They've turned the keys over. There's nothing there, no longer have any ties to that property.
Okay, they did leave a key in the mailbox. They did not talk to us at all, but the key was in the mailbox.
Okay. And so that tells me that they have abandoned the property. Yes, ma'am.
And the utilities are turned off. I mean, they did it.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yep. So yeah, if they leave the keys behind, then that's showing the court that they have abandoned the property. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're free to go in and start cleaning up then?
Well, I can't tell you that. What I can tell you is that if they leave the keys, then it sounds like that they have abandoned the property. And that's
Okay.
all and what that means is they can't come at a later time and want like a writ of re-entry, which means that y'all have gone in and changed the locks and now they want back in the property. Well, they've left the keys behind. So that's saying they've abandoned the property. So we can't come in and tell you, okay, you've got to let them back in now. Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay. I would just say make a good judgment call on your behalf. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no, we just want, I mean, they pretty much took everything but that, so we can start cleaning and fixing the other rooms. I mean, and then give them till the 22nd. If anything happens, then
Yes,
go
ma'am.
from there, I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
so can we, or we cannot change the locks today?
You can, because you can secure.
that the key-
Yes.
Okay.
sir. If it's been abandoned and you want to secure to protect your property, you as the landlord have that right. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, then I think that's it for us.
All right. We will get this judgment signed and mailed out to you guys just as quickly as possible. Okay.
All
Yeah.
right, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good day.
You
You
too.
too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Probably thought too much on that. Jeez. All right, we have a big one here. Yeah, well,
Hopefully she's figured it out.
yeah, she's on there.
She has, okay, good.
Yeah, but she's got a lot of stuff that she's
She did not bring.
no violation. Many people, many traffic, drug,
Drugs.
lease, over lease maybe. And this is.
You're so hard to understand.
I know. Sad is that Jesse can understand her to a T.
Can she really?
Yes, it is crazy.
Come up her dress and have a short short. Yesterday. Jesse.
That's what she'll come in with next. All right. You're gonna have to help me.
I'll have to, if you see me run, I'm going to get messy.
Yeah. Hello, Miss Vu. How are you? Can you hear me okay? Okay, I think you're muted. I can't hear you. There's going to be something on your phone, a button that you can press that will take you off mute. I can see you okay. I just can't hear you. I can't. Okay, disconnect. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. I spoke too soon.
You did.
Are you on so smoothly? I think already dead.
I know. That's because nobody's there. Well, looks like the others aren't here either.
Yeah. Is that Candace girl?
Mm-mm.
Sherry.
Candace. Oh yeah, she's here, but I just
Okay.
haven't logged her in yet.
Yeah,
our
those,
other-
yeah.
Those two, dismiss those.
Yeah.
And they can refound. Maybe is here her other case first. There she is.
She's still talking.
Okay, I can see you, Miss Vu. I cannot hear you though. May have her call in. Can you come over here, please? Thank you. I got on YouTube also.
Huh?
I can see you. I just can't hear you. Can you hear me? Okay. Hold on 1 second. I forgot she's crippled and can't.
Can't move as fast.
Mm-mm.
And she doesn't have, she's by herself, so she doesn't have another phone.
Yes, yeah, she may just have to call in. We're trying to get Miss Vu to unmute on a phone. Where is that?
Oh,
And can you explain that to her?
on the left.
You're here to translate.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, she can hear you, or she can hear us.
Okay, so on the left side of your phone, if you bring it up, there should be a mute on the left side. There should be like a headphone. Oh, it's probably the other one. 'Cause you just took off your camera. It's there. It's on the left side of the phone. So if you're looking at the phone. So if you're looking at the phone, it's over here. And you click on it and it'll say audio. I can't.
I know.
Tell her to call you.
So that's about to.
Since-
Well, yep. Just have her call the office,
Yeah, will you just call the office?
and we'll do it over speakerphone.
Here, look. Just call the office.
We'll do it over speakerphone if you just want to call the office.
Do we have her number?
Her phone number?
Yeah.
It's on, should be on her petition. Let
I
me
wish
tell.
you could have control over doing that.
No, it's their phone. It's not on this one. Nope, I don't have it.
Next guy's calling, send her back to place.
Maybe.
Yeah, Erica's got her.
Oh,
Miss Vu?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, all righty. So we're gonna go ahead and do you over speakerphone. So that, because your audio wasn't working on your phone.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either, but that's okay. So we've got two cases today. It looks like Miss Candace Cowan, she is here, but we're not gonna hear her case first. I'm gonna listen to Kayla Richardson.
Yeah, Richardson, she already moved out.
She,
Ready that.
okay, so do you want to dismiss this case?
No, I don't want it stressed, but I want to go ahead to prevent that. That means you're not to get back to my anymore.
Okay, all right, so you want to continue with the eviction.
Yes,
Okay, and that's versus Kayla Richardson. It's case number LT 2020-1665. Westmoreland versus Kayla Richardson, and that apartment is 4812 Johnson Road, unit number 1213. No, I'm sorry, 123.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 123. Okay. And in your paperwork, you've alleged it's lease violations only. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And did they ever turn in a declaration to you?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm going to check no on your paperwork here. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. No. Miss Vu, let me get you sworn in real quick, okay? Can you raise your right hand?
Yes, I raise my hand. Okay, let
Okay.
I come back. You want I come back to, yes,
All right. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
everything that is true.
Okay. All right. And you gave a hand-delivered notice on December the 20th, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else that you would like the court to know but before I make a ruling in regards to this case only?
That's the case, and of course they owe me the money, but I cannot file for twice, right?
You are correct.
Okay, that's okay. That's all I need.
Okay.
I'm all ready. Thank you so much.
Okay. So the judge will property, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now they have until Monday, the 22nd to appeal the decision. And then, but you've already said they've moved out, correct?
Yes, they moved out already. They know they just cannot stay. Yes, they moved out already.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go to the next case, and that's versus Candace Cowan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're stating some lease violations on that one as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, she is here on Zoom, so let me get her online here, okay?
Yes, sir.
Candace, can you hear me? Okay, you're muted right now. So if you'll do the same thing you did earlier to unmute when you checked in.
That did it?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect.
All right, great.
All right.
Okay.
And can I just ask for the record, how did you unmute that?
I went back one page, like it
Uh-huh.
has the three dots at the bottom, instead of using the regular buttons to end the page. It
Yes.
has where you can go from page to 3 pages in between. Now I went back to the left and it says tap to speak.
Okay. All right, perfect. We're trying to
did it.
explain. Yeah, we're having some difficulties with several people, and you're the first person that I wanted to ask. So thank you for
I
sh-
didn't know if I got it right. I've never used this one before. And I actually wanted to show up in court, but I couldn't walk this morning.
No, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so Miss Boo is here today, but she's on speakerphone because we're having some technical difficulties. So
Okay.
she's on speakerphone here in my office, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will call case number LT 2021-1689, Westmoreland Apartments versus Candace, is it Cohen or Cowan?
Cowan.
Cowan.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
and that apartment is located at 4800 Johnson Road, unit number 103, Wichita Falls, Texas.
Yes, sir.
310.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Ms. Vu, it appears that you turned in a petition to the court in regards to you are wanting to evict for lease violations. Is that correct? Ms. Vu?
Yes, the lease violation, let me read over.
Okay, so it's lease violations and a holdover because she's gone over her lease agreement.
Yes, see, the lease is over and she will withdraw the many things, so this means I don't want to stay anymore. I don't want to
Okay.
cover anymore. She has to move out, return the unit.
Yes, we.
Oh,
I can. I ha-
Ms. Cowan, can you hear Ms. Vu?
No, and I have a very difficult time understanding her. It's very difficult to
I will
understand
try to
her.
put the phone as close as I can to the speaker here.
Okay.
Basically, she was just stating that she's wanting to evict for lease violations and a holdover, which means your lease that you had signed was from one date to another date. That lease has ended and you've continued to live at the apartment complex.
Correct. I actually did not have a lease that she had me sign for this past year. I had the lease that was signed for the first year under Section 8, but there was not another lease signed after that for the second year of Section 8.
Okay. And now, Ms. Vu,
Yes, can I talk?
yes, ma'am.
See, yeah, the lease for the section A has been over and the section A not pay for her anymore. And I saw the lease for the section A when the section A said they don't, they terminate her lease. So that means her lease is not continue anymore. And now her lease over here, that means on the February.
What'd she say?
Yes.
I didn't understand anything she just said.
Be over for last year and she did not move out.
Okay, so she's saying that your lease expired in February. Your lease was from 2019 to 2020.
Let's see the lease.
That was the first year.
I'm sorry. It was signed in 2009. So that was the first year from 19 to 20.
The lease from February 19 and the
First one was 18 to 19. Isn't that right?
After that, month by month until and the section I not accept her anymore. Then she did not pay me for years. Then until now I take her out, then she's still there.
I see. I should have been there because I can't understand anything she's
I
saying.
have the list in my handy here.
Okay, is that the same lease that you turned into the court?
No, Candace turned that in.
Yes.
Oh,
It may
wait.
not be the one I have.
Okay, Candace, did you turn this one in to the court?
That does it. Yes, that was my very first original one. when I first started leasing the apartment.
Okay.
After that, I did not sign another lease or was given another lease.
Yes, it's not really, sorry, maybe just month by month.
Okay, Ms. Vu, did you send in a lease?
The list over here, I have in my handy, the list in, and on the February 2019.
Well, if it's in her hand, we can't see it.
So it was, so you have the lease from February 8th of 2019 as well?
Yes, I have over here, let me see, sign for me for the February 2019 and finish on February 2020.
Where's that lease paper?
And the list right now is over. And right now it's
We
2021.
understand that.
Okay, so you have another lease that went from 2019 to 2020?
Right now in my handy over here, I can bring up to you or turn back to you for you see. I
Well,
have ordered the list on the end of February 2019.
for the hearing today, that's what the instructions were that we sent y'all, is that all documents have to be turned in at least the day before court.
Yes.
I'm sorry, do what?
Sorry. Turn. Okay, right. The middle, no,
Okay, well, if you don't have a lease, then how is she violating the lease agreement?
turn it off. Turn it off in the middle part, the middle button. Take it out of the room. Sorry, sir.
Because the tender inside would be every year by year. And until the year of 2020, and that's when I said, that's when I not pay for her anymore. And that's when I come in back home. And that's when I said the termination. It's just that I not pay for her and I don't sign the list, they don't accept the list anymore. After that, I don't follow the list already.
Middle button.
Have to go out. I have the handy.
Okay, all right. However, if you don't have a lease agreement, then you have to go month to month on your lease. And then you have to specify which number or which letter she violated on her lease agreement. You just have several things written down, but that doesn't tell me which number she violated. And then if it's a month to month lease, you have to give a 30-day notice to vacate.
I sent her the note 30 days back.
No, no, sir.
The note,
I would receive the notice to
Hold on,
vacate.
hold on. Ms.
Okay, I'm
Allen,
sorry.
Ms. Vu, all it says is that the notice to vacate was given January the 4th. It doesn't tell me how. It doesn't tell me how it was given or where it was given. That whole blank is left. There's nothing written there. And it doesn't tell me what lease violations she was given. I mean, what lease violations she violated.
look up on the file I did. The photo, she have the violation she deal with her. The second, the list is over. The worker, she stay in jail.
That what?
The second, and the list over, I sent her the note on.
Okay. I understand the lease is over, but you're not understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is once the lease is over, if she still lives there, she goes month to month. So whatever violation she's violated, you need to list, she violated number 4. She violated rule number 6. She also is a holdover and she hasn't signed the lease. Well, you haven't listed any of those in your petition, nor does it tell me how or how you delivered the notice to vacate. You gave me a date, but you're not telling me how it was delivered. Was it hand delivered? Was it mailed? Was it posted to the inside of the front door of the residence?
The note to her, and she asked me suddenly, I said, I don't sign the list for her anymore. I already told her. I sent her the note 30 days move out. And finally, because she would work, I also sent her the note 3.
Okay, all right. But Ms. Vu, you haven't provided any of that to the court. You have not told or given me any documentation whatsoever. You haven't provided me the lease. You haven't shown me what she's violated, what rules or what numbers, and you're not showing me that you provided her a notice to vacate. All it says is that you gave her a notice on January the 4th, but it doesn't show me how you gave it to her. Was it hand delivered? Was it posted to the inside of the front door of the residence, or was it mailed? All of that is left blank.
The note I sent to her, I sent to her inside, I sent to her also. I knocked the door, I gave it to her by pen.
Okay, and yes, ma'am, and I understand that you're telling me that, but you didn't provide that on the petition. I can't write that in for you.
And none of the papers I sent you shows that date, correct, sir?
All right, now, hold on, Ms. Cowan.
I'm sorry.
All right, Ms. Cowan, did you
Yes,
also
sir.
turn in this document that says rent relief? All of this is your documentation, correct?
Is that where the rent will be like their program to pay for it because of COVID? Is that the
Believe
rent
so,
relief?
yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's about,
I've submitted it.
yeah, okay. All right, so you're the one that submitted all of this? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to mute you and Ms. Vu for just a second while I review this document.
Okay. Now you see why I wanted to be prepared. Why I wanted to be there. Hmm? No, she doesn't get that. It's the whole problem. And even for the second time came around, I asked for new, these form documentation of it. And she told me I didn't need it. And I was like, yes, I do need that. That's just more.
I can bring for you the list for June 2020 until 2021 January. I have that.
Okay, so,
Right away.
oh, no, as of right now, okay, so the only other question that I have for both parties is Ms. Vu, they have a program. This is an old form. It is called the Texas Eviction Diversion Program. Have you heard of that, Ms. Vu?
Yeah, that is for the non-payment, but the person over here, still withdraw. I
Oh.
cannot exactly stay in my apartment.
Okay.
She stay in jail. I can go to pull out the paperwork for the police report. She stay in jail for whole week, 2 weeks. And now the police arrest her in the car with drugs. And the traffic every night in my apartment. I only warning her, but she did not care. I can pull out the report for the police for me. I can bring for you the listing violation. That means I have the list for her for.
Right. But Ms. Vu, you're supposed to present that to the court before today. All of that would have been good to have, but we have to have it before today.
I don't have any paper. Until today, I go to the court, I ask you to get you, but I don't have any paper.
Okay.
You just give me the paper. I don't receive any mail from you. That's the reason.
Right. The only letter that you received from this court was the rescheduling of today. And it stated in that letter that any evidence or any documentation that you need to provide to the court, you need to have it in our possession the day before the hearing. All of that was in that paperwork that we sent out on the rescheduling.
You sent out, but I did not receive any mail. I don't know the
Hello, the date was 3/9, March 9th.
Well, all that information was mailed out to your address. We did mail out all to everybody.
March 9th.
I can't explain why you were the only one that didn't receive that mail.
I don't know why.
Yep, Yeah, I don't know why either, but I don't know why, Miss Vu. I sure don't. I can't explain the mail. All I can tell you is that the letters that we sent out to everybody notified everybody of when the hearing was and to provide any documentation to the court the day before the hearing.
I received mine on Sunday night.
Ms. Cowan, do you have any other information that you would like to provide to the court?
What kind of information would be relevant since she has no document, since she didn't present her documentation?
All I can ask you is if you would like to provide the court with any documentation or anything else that you would like to make.
Well, I did have pictures that I didn't get to send you of all the damage or in the repairs that were never done, but I didn't get them into you, so they're irrelevant. I know.
Right, and even if you were able to send those, the hearing today isn't for, that's called a repair and remedy. And that's held in a different matter altogether.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't, unfortunately, and I understand what you're asking for and what you're saying, but yeah, that's a total different hearing altogether.
Well, I guess what I was trying to go to with that is, I was on the Section 8 program and I got married. And so the Section 8, I had to go off the program.
Okay.
But for the second year that, I didn't have the lease, she didn't provide the lease for me. Section 8 did not approve the apartment to be rented, and they gave her time to do the repairs, and it still did not pass.
Okay.
And that's all I was trying to.
Hold on, Mrs. Vu. Hold on, Mrs. Vu. She has a right to tell the court, just like she wasn't. I kept her from interrupting you. I've got to keep you from interrupting her. Hold on one second. You'll have an opportunity. Go ahead.
That's all I was trying to say about that,
Okay.
because there were.
All right, thank you. Ms. Vu, do you have anything else that you would like to make the court aware of?
Was I leaving anything out?
When the Section 8 come in just for her unit, and she did not open, I have the note from the Section 8. She said she did not open the door. And at the time she stayed here. And then the Section 8 came with the note because she stayed here, then the termination. That means the Section 8 not approved for her anymore. I have, and the Section 8 said every year when the listing over, they will come in just one time. Then she did not open the door, and I sent her the note because the lease over, I don't accept you anymore, and you have to move out. And she said, yes, I move out, but she did not move out. I sent her the note.
I'm protected. I don't have a place to go.
Let's just move out. I sent her the note, not 30 days. 30 days one time, 30 days another time, 30 days, it means 3 months, 4 months.
Okay, do you have anything else that you would like to add?
I didn't understand what she said either. So
She was just repeating about the lease violations and the notices that she gave you and stuff like that.
that's all she keeps repeating. I know.
Okay. That's okay. Yep. Okay, at this point, with the evidence that's provided to the court or the lack of evidence and that the forms are not properly filled out, at this point, the court will dismiss this case. Plaintiff take nothing. And yep. So at this point, this case is dismissed.
Okay, what does that mean exactly for me? I mean, I'm trying to find a place to go to move.
Right. So what this means is that the plaintiff did not meet the requirements for the court to go forward with this eviction case. Now she can turn around and file again if notices are given the proper amount of time. If the paperwork is filled out correctly, she can do that. But at this point, there's just not enough evidence to award the eviction. So this case is dismissed.
Okay, so I don't have to get out until she files again and the judgment's made against me. Then.
Or if you move out on your own. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day. Thank you for your patience.
Too, sir. All right.
Thank you, Ms. Vu. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, how do you?
I guess I should leave this on in case.
Yeah.
Whew. Well, I have some others that I can do.